Good evening, you're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. The Sultanate continues its precautionary measures to overcome the ransomware virus attack. Receiving the registration applications for the National Program for Leadership and Competitiveness commences. The gas production revenues from Khazan field will be credited to the public treasury by the end of the current year. Good evening once again. Live from the news center of the Sultanate of Oman television, here we present to you the details of this news bulletin. Information Technology Authority IT affirmed that only one case of ransomware attack has been reported in the Sultanate in one of the governmental organizations, with a few number of systems have been affected. It added that some establishments disconnected their systems from the network as precautionary measures. It also said that they have a specialized team which can deal and respond to information security emergencies. ITA assures the public that the situation in the Sultanate is under control. However, it draws the attention of the government and private organization to the importance of taking serious protective measures to deal with all the cybersecurity attacks generally, including the necessity of making backups to all organizations' data before starting the work, updating antivirus programs, and activating auto-scanning for all organizations' network regularly. Badr bin Ali Al-Salhi, Director General of the Oman National CERT and Information Technology Center, stressed that the general situation in the Sultanate is very reassuring and precautionary steps have been taken in order to make the institutions and various apparatus in the Sultanate safe from any possible ransomware virus attack. And from his side, at the interview held this afternoon, and that video we could not display due to that it's been taken in a flash memory, Badr bin Salim Al-Mandari, Director General of Information Security Sector, the Information Technology Authority, stressed the importance of committing to standards, policies and security frames provided by authority for all institutions in order to avoid such kinds of electronic attacks. Tens of thousands of computers in about 100 countries were exposed to ransomware attack, which considered as the biggest of its kind, resulting in a disabling number of institutions and organizations around the world. A 22-year-old British boy was able to find a kill switch to stop the virus from spreading and rescued thousands of computers from around 99 countries from the biggest online extortions attack ever recorded, where the global economy suffered a loss of billions of dollars. Capabilities Development Institute at the Diwan of the Royal Court announced the start of receiving registration applications for the National Program for Leadership and Competitiveness. The program will continue receiving applications till the 27th of May. The program came upon royal blessings from His Majesty the Sultan to enhance the economic competitiveness capability of the Sultanate at the international level. It aims to build a community of leadership in the public and private sector. It targets directors general, advisors and experts at various government units. The program will give the participants the opportunity to develop their leadership capabilities and to have a platform to implant acquired knowledge, and accordingly contributing actively in pushing forward the development wheel and leading the transformation process in the country. The gas production revenues from Khazan field will be credited to the public treasury beginning from the last quarter of the current year. In a statement for Oman newspaper, His Excellency Salim bin Nasser Al-Aufi and the Secretary of the Ministry of Oil and Gas stressed that those revenues will make a significant contribution to the public treasury of the Sultanate during the upcoming year, indicating that the work rates in the project are according to the specified schedule. He further added that the oil sector in the Sultanate is progressing as there are several concession blocks currently in the analyzing phase in preparation for its production, and that lately an agreement was signed for new exploration fields in concession block number 42. The implementation stage of the project of establishing typical residential units started with the announcement of the Supreme Council for Planning to active or to invite real estate investment and developing companies to implement and run the project. The project is considered the first of its kind in the Sultanate and will be established in Halban area in the Wilaya of Barga in an area of 355,000 square meters. The project will provide residential alternatives for citizens with competitive prices and installment facilities. Besides the residential units, the project will include entertainment and commercial services and reflect the partnership between the government and real estate investments and development companies. Real estate projects came to keep pace with the growing urban and economic development in the Sultanate. According to the latest statistical issued by the National Center for Statistics and Information, the value of real estate trading in the first quarter of 2017 reached more than 700 million Omani Riyals. Watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and later to come in our news bulletin. The national measles immunization campaign in its first stage started in the governorate of Dhafar and Al-Wusta. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. Coinciding with the visit of His Majesty the Sultan to Petroleum Development of Oman, PDO, the company celebrated the 50th anniversary of exporting the first shipment of oil and the 80th anniversary of its establishment. In 1970, the first shipment of oil was exported to Japan, and the price of the oil barrel was said to be at $1.42. During the 80 years, the company managed to accomplish a number of achievements and establish projects in various governorates of the Sultanate. The PDO is the first company in the Middle East that obtained ISO certificate in environmental preservation in oil and gas sectors. In its 80th anniversary, the company reviewed the development and work stages it underwent and the Omani competence that led the company, in addition to the plans that made PDO a leading company in the field of health, safety and environment, as well as production, exploration and in-country value. The company motivates its staff throughout to adopt their innovative ideas, which help supporting its projects in all fields, in addition to honoring those who excelled in their work.
Today is a very, very special day for PDO. It marks a series of events that we celebrate during the year. The 50th year since first exports, the 80th year since the company's foundation, the 4th year following marking the anniversary of His Majesty's visit to PDO, a very historic event for all of us. So it's the opportunity to celebrate so much achievement, recognize the achievements of the past, rejoice on our focus and delivery of present, and really create focus and opportunity going forward. It's a challenging world, but PDO is prepared to continue to help the nation as most effectively as possible. And I think today the confidence in the room, the pride in everything that was achieved was very, very special.
The Duqm port witnesses a development movement as it is entering the second package, which includes the establishments of the most prominent operational facilities of the port. The port, which will be run by the end of 2019, has been designed according to the best international ports specialized for the reception of giant container vessels. It will create trading gates along the Arab Sea and the Indian Ocean. The facilities include setting up a 2,250 meters long commercial berth, considered the most important facility at the port, in addition to setting up 4 stations to handle around 3.5 million containers annually, as well as station for solid dry materials with a capacity of 5 million metric tons annually and multi-purpose station. Oman Housing Bank obtained the award of the best real estate banking on the Arab level. The International Federation of the Arab Bankers, in its meeting, which was held in Beirut, presented the award to the bank for the consecutive year in appreciation for the bank's distinguished achievements in the Sultanate's urban growth. The award showcases the bank's excellence in providing services and its efficient role in pushing the residential and economic growth wheel in the Sultanate along the last 4 decades. The Sultanate's dates harvest season started to see a gradual increase of the fruits in market. More details in the following report. It is the time of the year again as the season for harvesting golden fruit of the Sultanate's palm field has started, as it can be seen here. As it can be seen around here, auction is going on dates, which comes from different places in the Sultanate. These tasty fruits have been a key part of the diet in Oman and the Middle East for many, many years, and their popularity shows no sign of waning, even in modern era. The types of these dates, Nghal, قش بطاش منومة, comes from
فروم من دمى والطايين جاب رطب هذه وادي العربيين وقريات.
As mentioned by this gentleman, they come from Dama wa Tayin, Wadi al-Arbiyin, and Quriyat, as well as Bosher and Wadi al-Ma'awil. Normally, the price go high at this time as the supply is little. However, the supply now has started to decrease gradually. Therefore, the price is a bit better. And this auction, the price is between 7 to 8 Omani Riyals per kilogram. The question is how much it will cost for the customer. Definitely, it will be more than 10 Omani Riyals per kilogram. Gradually, this price will go down as the supply increases for this widely awaited by many. Abdullah bin Ahmed al-Rubi'i, Sultanate of Oman Television, Sib. The national measles immunization campaign in its first stage started in the governorates of Dhofar and Al-Wusta. The campaign targets citizens and residents within the age categories between 20 and 35 years old and will last until the 20th of this month. The campaign is organized by the Minister of Health in cooperation with various health institutions in the Sultanate and private sector establishments. The Ministry of Health said that there has been an outbreak of measles in the country and announced the start of national measles immunization campaign from May 14th. The ministry has issued warning to citizens and residents about the outbreak of the potentially fatal disease. This contagious disease is considered one of the main causes of death of children below 5 years old worldwide. It's worth mentioning that the infection of the disease can spread to people through sneezing and coughing. A ceremony was held at Sohar port for launching the smart gate for the entrance and exit of trucks and containers at Oman International Container Terminal Company. The move came to accelerate the process and keep pace with the increasing commercial movement in the port. Around 500 ships were received by the container terminal at Sohar port in 2016, carrying more than 620,000 international containers via 100 navigational routes connected with the port. The launching ceremony was presided over by His Excellency Dr. Ahmed bin Mohammed Al-Fataisi, Minister of Transport and Communications. And now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Clear to partly cloudy skies will prevail over the coastal areas overlooking Sea of Oman, with chances of scattered rainfall, occasionally thunder showers. Rest of the Sultanate will have clear skies. Winds will be north to northeasterly light to moderate, occasionally active over the coastal areas. Seas will be moderate to rough with a maximum wave height of 2.5 meters. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and now before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. Sultanate continues its precautionary measures to overcome the ransomware virus attack. Receiving the registration applications for the National Program for Leadership and Competitiveness commences. Gas production revenues from Khazan field will be credited to the public treasury by the end of the current year. And with that, we come to an end tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night.